Hey, what's going on, guys? Today I want to talk about a very popular two fund portfolio featuring Vanguard. So, Vanguard is a very popular brokerage out there for their low costs and their low fees. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and dive into the two funds that I want to bring to light today. So, the two funds are going to be VTI and VXUS. So, VTI is Vanguard's total stock market ETF, specifically domestic stocks, right? So, you can see it here on their website. Very low expense ratio coming in at 0.03. Currently trades for right around $293 a share. The yield is not real high, but do keep in mind the purpose of this fund is not income. It's for growth, right? On a risk to reward scale, it's coming in at 4. The category is a large blend. Scrolling down a little bit, we can see the summary, right? So it seeks to track the performance of the CRSP US Total Stock Market Index, large cap, mid cap, small cap equities, diversified across growth and value styles. Employs a passively managed indexed sampling strategy. The fund remains fully invested. Low expenses minimize net tracking error. With respect to 75% of its total assets, the fund may not: 1. Purchase more than 10% of the outstanding voting securities of any one issuer, or 2. Purchase securities of any issuer. As a result, more than 5% of the fund's total assets would be invested in that issuer securities. So just some disclaimers there. It looks like scrolling down, looks like the minimum investment is $1. So no excuses. You could get started with a dollar there. Year to dates, the U.S. domestic stocks have definitely been lagging the international. We'll see VXUS here in a second and see kind of how it's performed. But historically, 12.75% on the year, or over 1 year, over 3 years, 13.67, 5 years, 15.19, 10 years, 12.14, and then since the inception of 2001, 8.75%. So prices, kind of want to take a look at the composition. So here we go. So 3,555 stocks across large cap, mid cap, and small cap. This fund in particular, it looks like it has 1.8 trillion total net assets, 473.5 billion on the share class. So it comes in an investment style of large cap blend. The base, it's based upon market capitalization, right? So that the most amount of money is going to be up towards the top, and then it kind of goes down at the bottom there. So for example, this is what I was kind of referring to. The biggest holding in this fund is based upon the market cap, which in this scenario is Microsoft, coming in at 6.01% of the fund, followed by Nvidia, then Apple, Amazon, Meta, Broadcom, and so forth there. So, over 3,500 holdings in this particular ETF. So you are going to be diversified across many companies. But once again, it's based upon market cap. So, of these top 10 holdings, I'm not sure if they provide that statistic, but there's a good chunk of your money in these top 10 holdings, similar to a lot of other market cap based ETFs. Okay, and then jumping to the next fund that Vanguard offers is a VX. It's ticker symbol VXUS, and it is the Vanguard Total International Stock ETF. Same kind of idea as the last one, but specifically for international. And it looks like they did just recently reduce this. I think this is what this article is talking about, where they reduced it down to 0.05%. risk reward scale, it's a little bit more riskier according to this metric than domestic stocks. Currently trades for around $66. Year to date, this one has definitely been beating VTI, coming in at 13.93%, 12.84, 9.24, 10.4, 5.61. So that's kind of lower. And then since inception of 2011, 5.12%. But, we are missing out on 10 years here. So, just do with that as you will, because there's some data missing from this one versus the other one there. Average expense ratio of other similar funds, 0.86 compared to Vanguard's equivalent, 0.05. So that's what Vanguard's known for, right? Low cost, low fees, and yeah. So their number of holdings, 8,564. I had no idea there was this many, but there's a lot of stocks in this fund. So, being able to just have a fund manage that for you is awesome. And you're only paying, 5.05% for that expense. So that's really, really cool. So 8,000 shares or 8,000 stocks are in this fund. So you're definitely getting a lot of diversification. Scrolling down, looks like they pay a dividend. So the cool thing about, these international ETFs, if you buy this fund specifically like by yourself in a brokerage account, you will get a foreign tax credit. Definitely consult your tax advisor, not a tax advisor here, but from my experience, that has kind of been the idea, just so you kind of can avoid some double taxation of paying both taxes here in the US and then for taxes internationally. Okay, so that's it for the rest of this, fund objective here. So I kind of wanted to pull over, looking at this Reddit page. Let's see if we can make this a little bit bigger. Go back. Here we go. Boggleheads. This is a really popular thread that I like to take a look at. So let's see if, collapse that. So this is just kind of an example. This person looks like they inherited a house worth $1.8 million. We are planning to sell it and invest the proceeds for retirement. We have been intending to invest about 70% of the money in VT, but I keep reading about the tax advantages of investing in VTI and VXUS instead. My question is, how significant are these tax savings, and will it make much of a difference with a sum of $1.8 million? My initial thoughts, yes, definitely, but you're gonna have to manage it. So we'll see. We'll see what they decide here. So ideally, I'd like to make this process as simple as possible. So that could be definitely a use case for VT. But if we can save a lot in taxes, I suppose it might be worth the effort to split the investments and learn more about how to take advantage via the tax code. So looking at the first question or first response here. So someone on this website forums calculated that VTI VX ends up giving about a 5 basis point advantage via the tax credit. And there are a couple more basis points advantage since VTI portion is lower expense ratio than VT or VXUS. By my back of the envelope calculation, this means that for every $1 million invested, splitting the VTI VXUS earns another $600 to $800 per year. That's enough to buy a fancy coffee a few times a week, or between 0.5 and 1% of growth for every decade. So that's a very interesting analogy. So what do you guys think? I'm gonna end the video at that. What do you guys think if you got handed $1 million, $1.8 million tomorrow, and you were presented with these two options? Invest it into a mix of VTI VXUS or just buy VT for the simplicity. What would you do? Do you think it would be worth saving, roughly according to this user's calculations, $600 to $800 per year, or 0.5 and 1% of growth for every decade? So imagine that's gonna, compound pretty significantly over the long term, right? for me personally, I think I would split it up just because I'm more of a hands-on investor. I like to kind of control my allocations, whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. But you know, putting it all in VT, I kind of lose that control. So that's kind of would be my reasoning. Plus, there may be some savings definitely compounded over time there. So that's kind of my thought process. I would probably just try to manually do it. It's pretty simple. BT is kind of doing the same thing. Let's see if I can go back here. So VT is like a 60-40 split, or it's close to that. So that's something else as well. If that's too much international exposure for you, then that's something that you have to kind of consider. Yeah, so they don't do a great idea of it here, but so North America is 65%, and then it's kind of split, the remainder across there. So 65-35 split. So if you want a 70-30 or an 80-20 split or a 90-10 split or a 50-50 split, you can't do that with just purchasing BT. That would be a reason to kind of manually do it yourself. But yeah, that's going to be it for today's video. Let me know your thoughts. Do you like these funds, VTI VXUS? Do you prefer a VT product versus the VTI VXUS? I've seen a lot of people in retirement accounts, they just opt for the VT because there's no tax advantages to splitting it up. So some different thoughts there. Would love to hear what you guys have to think. Once again, this is not financial advice. This is educational purposes only. Do with the information provided today as you will. Go do your own research. Let me know your thoughts down below. Curious to hear what you guys think. And until next time, if you guys are still here, I know this is a longer video. Appreciate you guys for sticking around. Please like and subscribe down below. Thanks.